This is the largest infrastructure build-out in human history. That's going to create a lot of jobs.
The most important things that are happening are these systems are discovering, new cures for diseases, new kinds of energy, new ways to make spaceships, whatever. And most of that value is accruing to the cluster owners.
But he's also creating record wealth. We see that a lot. NVIDIA has created at least a half a dozen billionaires now, along with Jensen Huang, who is now the 8th richest person in the world, worth $157 billion.
This is the largest business opportunity in history. I think that we know now.
In history. Bigger than airplanes.
This is the
bigger
largest.
Bigger than trains, bigger than canals, bigger than the moon.
None of those are anywhere close.
I think it is possible that we put, GPT-7 or whatever in everybody's ChatGPT. Everybody gets it for free. And everybody has access to just this crazy thing such that everybody can be more productive, make way more money. It doesn't actually matter that you don't own the cluster itself, but everybody gets to use it. And it turns out even getting to use it is enough that people are getting richer faster and more distributed than ever before. That could happen. I think that really is possible.
This is the largest infrastructure build-out in human history. That's going to create a lot of jobs. And it's wonderful that the jobs are related to tradecraft. And we're going to have plumbers and electricians and construction and steel workers and network technicians and people who install and fit out the equipment. And all of these jobs, in the United States, we're seeing quite a significant boom in this area. Salaries have gone up, nearly double. And so we're talking about six-figure salaries for people who are building chip factories or computer factories or AI factories. And we have a great shortage in that. And I'm really delighted to see so many people in so many countries really recognizing this important area. Everybody should be able to make a great living. You don't need to have a PhD in computer science to do so.
It's really about the size of the opportunity.
Right.
And we are now talking about the single largest opportunity that the world knows.
Constructive way to do it so people can let themselves
Which is the reason why
understand.
every single company is here. And we have such incredible partnerships with the world's largest companies. And so one, it is an extraordinarily large opportunity. Two, it is incredibly hard.
Right.
It is just incredibly hard. The scale at which we do things and the amount of R&D that has taken to get here is incredible. So it's, and then I laid out a roadmap for the world.
Yeah, which no one
That's
does.
3 years long.
No one does. If I were a competitor, I'd say he just gave me the key to the
Exactly.
kingdom.
I laid out a roadmap for the world
They need
for
the
3
infrastructure.
years. And the reason for that is because there are several $100 billion of investment that's being laid down right in front of us right now as we speak. They need to know exactly what they're building into. So I gave the world a roadmap of building AI infrastructures for the next half decade.
There are now 498 AI unicorns. That's private AI companies with valuations of over $1 billion. That's according to CB Insights. 100 of them were created just in the last 2 years. And if you look at AI companies valued at over $100 billion, there are now 1,300. Now, some of the new private AI billionaires include all 7 co-founders of Anthropic, which is just out there raising money now at a potential valuation of over $170 billion. That's up from $61 billion back in March. Alexander Wang, the co-founder of Scale, got a $14 billion investment from Meta. His co-founder, Lucy Guo, also a billionaire, just bought a $30 million mansion in LA. Now, the 4 founders of Perplexity, now also likely billionaires, with its valuation of $18 billion. And Mira Murati, who launched Thinking Machines Lab back in February after leaving OpenAI, has already raised $2 billion despite not having a single product or revenue. comparing this boom with the dot-com boom and how the wealth is different. And the big difference is back then everyone was IPOing. We saw blank.com go public every day, and there was usually one founder. Yeah. Now they're able to stay private longer because of all the capital that's willing to keep them going into these companies despite being private. So that wealth is less liquid, and it's also
could it disappear like that?
It could disappear. And to your point, these valuations are based on what these sovereign wealth funds and family offices are willing to pay for these companies. Now we don't know.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about the top guys. I think they are far more stable. But if you're talking
and they have revenue,
right, and they have revenue, and in some cases earnings.
What was surprising to me, like Mira Murati's company, this is a company with no product, no revenue, and they're already worth, I think, $12 billion valuation.
What separates these new crop of billionaires is that unlike the dot-com boom of the late 1990s, most of these companies are in no hurry to go public. It's because venture capital, sovereign wealth funds, and family offices and other tech investors are constantly giving them investment so that they can stay private longer and keep growing.
Well, new jobs will be created, some jobs will be lost, every job will be changed. And AI creates a new type of job, and the fundamental reason is because it's software development but done in a different way. We've changed every layer of the technology as a result of AI. What used to be human-coded software running on CPUs are now machine learning generated software running on GPUs. And so every single layer, the tooling of it, the compilers of it, the methodology of it, the way you collect data, curate data, use AI to guardrails, use AI to teach, use AI to keep the AI safe. All of that technology is being invented right now, and it creates tons of jobs.
The next decade, the application of artificial intelligence, the applied sciences is going to be really important.
Yes.
You know, I work with ChatGPT as a companion every day, and so I have ChatGPT on all the time, and I'm asking it questions and working with it to solve problems. You have to learn how to interact with AI, and prompting, as you know, has a real art to it, and there's art and science associated with prompting. And so the way you interact with people, the way you interact with AIs, you're going to have to learn how to do that. And how do you apply AI to content creation? How do you apply AI to engineering? Or how do you apply AI to software development? Or how do you apply AI to marketing or finance or the legal profession? Whatever field that you're interested in, how do you apply AI to that? That's an area that I think is worthy of a lot of research and a lot of development. And so, I think whereas my generation was really about how do we apply computers to solve chip design and software engineering, this generation is how do we apply AI to solve answer all of those same basic questions. How do I apply AI to forestry? How do I apply AI to oceanography? How do I, so on and so forth. Every industry, every field of science.
It's not AI that's going to take your job. It's not AI that's going to, destroy your company. It's the company and the person who uses AI that's going to take your job. And so that's, something to internalize.